So a slightly different programme today. We're both feeling very, very glum, aren't we?
Yeah.
Very glum. In fact, so glum, Maria was nearly in tears yesterday, but that's another story, isn't it?
Yeah.
She actually wanted to move to Spain yesterday.
Sack France, go to Spain.
And here's the reason why. Behind us is the yacht club, or the proposed yacht club that we've spoken about time and time and time again, and so many of you saying, how are you getting on with that proposal? Well, that proposal just dragged its heels forever and ever and ever, and we were really keen on doing it, and we've got a lot of experience. Look, I'm proudly showing my Royal Channel Island Yacht Club logo, because I was the Commodore of that club for a while and gained great experience in hospitality and learnt how to love hospitality, and you were the manager.
For a few years, yeah.
So we decided we'd really, really love to get more involved with hospitality. And so we came up with the idea of the yacht club, and obviously our house, as you probably know if you watch the series, is just across the river there. And then behind us here, in this direction, this building behind me now is the mairie of Fongrave, and that's where all of the big decisions are made. So I think the time is right now to answer all of your questions. We've had questions in the comments, and many of you, especially when you come and stay, is like, what's happening with the yacht club? So let's walk and talk, I think, is the best thing. So the yacht club was complicated. Originally, they wanted us to buy the property, and we couldn't do that for two reasons. One, we didn't want to,
No.
and the other, we couldn't afford to, being completely honest. So we said we'd like to lease it, and they said, oh yes, well, we're happy with that. So the yacht club belongs to the commune of Fongrave, and so they said, yes, you could lease it. So then we looked around with our builders and friends that we took advice from on the property, and they said, this, before you lease it, it needs to be in good repair, because there were so many things wrong.
It's been empty for years.
It's been empty for years. It's a derelict building. So then we said that to the mayor, and he said, yes, okay, give me a price for what it would cost to fix it up, which we did. We went round it and got a proper quote together and gave him a quote to say, this is what it's going to cost to fix it up. So we put that proposal to the mairie, and then, well, in all honesty, we just never heard anything again. Okay. So the idea went out the window, didn't it?
Well, yeah, we'd seen somewhere else which we liked in the village.
Yes. Now, that somewhere else is just here. It's just this little restaurant here. We're walking alongside the sign now, and you can see this little courtyard here. See, it's a beautiful, beautiful little restaurant. Yep. Now, the only thing is that we thought we'd really, really love this little restaurant. So we met with the proprietor, who said, actually, I want to retire. I'm on my own. It's all too much. He only ever opened for one or two tables, so 4 covers maximum. So sometimes you'd book, and if there were more than 4 people, he'd say, I'm complete. But he said, no, that's it. I want out. I'd like to go back to Belgium. We said, okay. So this has been since the yacht club idea has gone away.
Yeah. Well, we saw this place within the first month of us moving here, and we wanted to bring the family for dinner, didn't we? And he said, oh, I can't do 8 people.
Yeah, that's true.
So we came, when the kids had gone back to Jersey, we came on our own, and that was when it was first raised. So a long time ago, over 3 years ago. And we're going into our 4th year now. Yeah. And eventually, the owner has, the proprietor has decided that he wants to go back to Belgium. And so it's finally come about. And we've always been there and said, if you sell, give us first refusal, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, it's always been somewhere that we had a dream for.
Yes, and you can imagine the dream is perfect for us. Literally we're a minute away across the river by boat. It takes slightly longer to drive around here, but anyway. Yeah. So in November, and we haven't gone onto social media at all about this, because we wanted to keep it between ourselves on the basis that when we get it, and we could do a big sort of launch and say, hey, we've got some exciting news. It's not the yacht club, but it is a little restaurant. And so we signed the lease effectively, or the transfer of the lease, with our lawyers and with the proprietor on the 18th of November. So quite a long time ago now.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, our lawyers have been trying to get hold of the mairie, because the mairie and the commune of Fongrave also own this building.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, the mairie has to approve the handover of the lease, and that's normally just a formality. So finally, after our advocate saying that she's written out to the mayor, she hasn't had a response, we've put messages through to the mayor and we haven't had a response. Finally, we had our meeting with the mairie yesterday. And you can imagine our surprise when at that meeting he said, actually, I want to turn this little restaurant into a social club for basketball. And he said that's what his committee want to do too. So we were devastated, and so it's a bolt out of the blue. As I say, when Maria came out, you were totally...
It was kind of angry tears. I was angry because if we'd have been told this in November, we wouldn't have had our hopes built up. You know, telling our friends that, you know, what we were doing, and they were all excited too. So I know a lot of people, well, we know a lot of people here, and it really needs to be a restaurant for this little village. I know it looks tiny. I know when people come across and they say, gosh, it's really tiny, but it's a real hub. There are chic businesses here. There are bed and breakfast businesses here. So people come from all over the world to those. And, you know, well, we know of at least 30, 40 tourist beds that would come and, you know, and enjoy a place to meet. And so, yeah, I think yesterday I was like anti-France.
So the reason that we're telling you this story isn't because it's poor us and how sad we are, and poor me. We think it's important that people know just how difficult it is if you're moving to France, setting up a business here. You know, we've been talking about the yacht club for nearly 2 years now, and that's just never progressed. And now we've been talking about a restaurant quietly to ourselves, without mentioning it socially, for probably 6 months, finally signing the paperwork legally that allows us to take that lease over, but with the proviso that the mayor okays it. That's not what happens in many places, is it? So I think people should just be so aware that just coming over to France and setting a business up isn't easy. And I think that's why we're telling the story, isn't it?
Yeah, I think when you're trying to create something that will bring a community together, there's a need for it. There's not a need for a social club for a basketball team.
Obviously, we're biased.
Part of me wonders, is it because we're British? And, you know, if we were French or another European country, would the outcome be different? But our plan was to do basically franglais food, you know, French and English.
Yeah.
And to get a good chef, not you know, just have beans on toast. So I don't know. I think yesterday was a shock. Today I'm feeling a bit more positive because we don't have to stay here.
No. I think the important thing to say is that it's not a done deal. It now goes to the committee of the commune in February, and we've put a good case together. We've shown what it's like now and what it's going to look like. You know, we've done mock-ups of how busy this could be and what it could look like. We've also said the commune here, Fongrave, needs a hub, and we've put that case quite strongly. And we've also mentioned as well that the tourists that come and stay here need somewhere to go, you know, because otherwise it's a long drive to get to a restaurant.
Well, yeah, within half an hour there are probably 3 restaurants.
Yeah. So
it's not enough.
It's not enough. There's nothing else. There's no restaurant, there's no bar, and our proposal means that this bar will be open every day. And there'll be food on offer as well. And we're also talking about a patisserie, so that in the mornings people can collect croissants and baguettes, which we'd have supplied from the town, the next town along, which is Casamora.
from a local baker.
So it may be that it comes our way. It may be that the council say, actually, they're right. Let's let them have their little restaurant. But we really, really, really want this, don't we?
Yeah, and I think, like we say, we do it softly. We've got a lot of friends in this village, French and English, and it would be interesting to see what they've thought. Whether they want a social basketball club or whatever.
Which would be very nice for the basketball club.
Yeah, it's basically. It's sort of supplying the minority rather than the majority of the villagers.
Yeah, we've also said for them to consider that we would welcome the basketball club to come on certain evenings and that we'd look after them and host them. So it may be that there's a combination of the two, which would be quite nice. And obviously it'd be good for our business as well to have, a club coming.
Yeah.
But I think that's it, really, isn't it?
Yeah, and I'm hoping that it isn't the end of the lot.
No. So are you happy with your lot?
At the moment,
not
so happy with my lot. But hopefully in the future I'll be happy again with my lot.
So that is it. That's your lot.
From the lot.
Until the next time.
Goodbye.
Hopefully slightly more cheery. Goodbye.
Goodbye.